Space Jam, brother.
How's LeBron's hairline? Wait, so you originally weren't even going to audition for Space Jam 2?
No, I wasn't.
You just saw the sheet and you were like, yo, let me pull up.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa!
Then I walked on the carpet, and then there was just like John Legend was there. Like, it was wild. I remember he like ducked under the door, and I was like, dang, like that's LeBron. He realized quickly when I got on the court.
When you were putting up jumpers,
Yeah.
you were like, he's like, you're breaking this, bro. I don't know if we're allowed to say this, but the Pac-12 commissioner, remember? He said they kind of made the schedule so that.
He wants us to do well.
All right, I'll leave it there.
Sees it, feels it, runs inside the 10, down to the 5.
Toward the Harvard sideline, he's across the 30 to the 40.
He's able to fend off the defender and bring in the game's first touchdown.
Yeah, so what is that podcast called?
It's called like Momentum.
All right. Momentum Truck. Welcome back, baby.
Welcome back.
Thank you for coming, Ceyair.
go.
Of course.
Really appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So Justice, our usual co-host, is not here. He's doing adulting things. He's passing a series exam or something like that. I don't know. We're in college.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Doing Harvard grad thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we got Brad here. Brad was with us earlier on one of our episodes. He's a dog, played at University of Miami, obviously quarterback. Drafted by the Lions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Played for a few years, and now he's with us. He moved into the new
Moved
house.
into the house?
The football house.
Yeah.
We're calling it the McKay House? Is that what we're
McKay
calling it?
House.
McKay House.
The Momentum House. I don't know.
Yeah, Ceyair, you need to come visit the house, bro.
I've never seen the house. Where's the house at?
Bro, we had the whole team last weekend. at the house.
Oh, I heard about that.
Just pull up
Hear
tomorrow
about
night.
I'd love to.
Be
Love
there.
to.
Pull up whenever. How about that? Pull up
Please.
anytime.
I'll be there.
We were having a discussion in the house. A lot of us are big fans of Olivia Rodrigo. You know who that is?
I know who.
Yeah.
Whoa, what do you mean by that? You nodded like, oh, I know Olivia. Yeah.
I know. I don't know her, but like I know who that is. I've seen her before.
She sings that song that's all over TikTok. You know.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Sociopath. I won't sing it. Maybe OJ.
I can't give a rendition because I'm British, so I'll ruin it. You know.
You're
Just-
great with
Great
accents.
American accent.
I can do an American accent.
Can I hear
I can
you
do
a
something.
little
No.
bit?
Whoa.
One more time.
I should just do American for the rest of the show. What do you
be
want?
cool.
Like West Coast, like Southern?
Give me Graham Harrell.
I can't do that.
Is that not Southern? That's Southern, right?
He's from
Yeah,
Texas.
Texas.
I'll do that.
Southern. Let me hear some Southern.
Like Southern? Like from the deep South?
Yeah, you played in Tennessee.
Golly, I played in Tennessee. I played at
There you go.
Vanderbilt.
Wow.
When I was there, they told me, hey, you got to put the ball down. Run the ball downhill. Don't do all that dancing in the backfield. Run the ball, grab the ball, get downhill. Golly. They let me down there. They said, we're so happy to have you down here.
That was good.
We're so happy to have you here.
So we were trying to figure out how can we get Olivia at one of these McKay functions. And we figured, Ceyair, you'd be the best option here.
I'm the
Yeah.
best
In terms
candidate.
of all the people who could reach out to her and she would answer, it'd probably be you.
Well, I'll make an attempt.
Yeah.
You will?
You want her to sing at the function? At the
That would be great. I was thinking we can charge admission and it can go towards our charity here, Second Spoons, for the community. It's a win-win. I mean, who says no?
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who says no to charity?
If you DM'd her, do you think she'd answer?
Probably not. Probably not. But like, I mean, I probably know some people that know her. So
Yeah.
you know,
Who'd be the biggest star you think would answer your DM? Like if you just slid in.
if I just slid in
Yeah.
and was like, "What's up?" I don't know, cause I DM'd Saweetie and she didn't answer me.
Oh. She was in one of our classes last year.
She did. Yeah. She spoke at one of our classes.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
she goes to
crazy.
USC.
Yeah.
Wait,
She
what?
went to USC. She just graduated.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She was in one of our classes last
What are
year.
you guys doing? She was in your class?
Yeah, she was speaking in one of our classes. She spoke for the whole thing. She was giving a story about how she became a
Wow.
singer. She
an
was
artist,
doing
yeah.
backing
That's
tracks for like
crazy.
Kendrick Lamar and stuff.
That's actually awesome.
So you're a fan of Sweetie?
No.
Is that your celebrity crush?
Nah, I don't really have a celebrity crush, but Sweetie's cool though. I like some of her songs. Yeah.
Well, anyways, Space Jam, brother. How was that? We OJ and I went to go see the movie.
Yeah, we went to go see it a couple weeks ago in preparation for this interview. Yeah, we watched it.
That was like the first movie I saw in the movie theater.
I haven't
in
yet.
like 2 years.
I haven't been in time.
Yeah, we went to LA Live.
Oh, really? Okay, that was right by the premiere actually. The premiere was
Oh, for
over
real?
at LA Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that was crazy.
It was wild. It was super crazy. I was like, because like we filmed it in 2019, so like I've been waiting all this time for like people to be able to see it and for me to be able to see it. Like I hadn't seen it until this year either. So then
It's the first time you saw it at the premiere?
No, I saw it. That was the second time I saw it. I saw it like a week before, at Warner Brothers. They were just like, you can come watch the movie. And so I just went up there and watched it. But it wasn't like a thing. It was just like you just go and sit in the room and watch it. But then the premiere was like a whole big like event.
What was it like? Awesome. Like walk us through the day of the premiere.
All right, so I think I woke up and then I had I had a stylist and like a hair person, and they all came to like I had to stay in a hotel, and like they came to my hotel, and then like I got dressed, like I put like this suit on and all types of stuff, and then my friend was with me and he was like vlogging, and so you should check out his vlog. It's Fletcher Flicks. The
suit was fly. You had a big man watch on as well. Did they let you keep it? Oh,
I wish.
He had a watch on was worth like 100K or something.
I know,
really?
yeah. Yes. I was literally every 10 minutes, I was like checking my wrist to make sure it was still there.
So they gave you the whole outfit to wear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had the outfit, I put it on, put the watch on, and then I just was kind of just chilling for a while. I don't really remember what I did earlier in the day, but I just was chilling for a minute, and then they picked me up in like this Escalade or whatever, like a nice car, me and my dad and my friend, and then we went over there. And so like right when we're pulling up, there's like a bunch of like fans like lined up like on the outside, like behind like a rail.
Yep.
And then like the rail's over here, and then like there's like a street, and then the premiere, like the red carpet, or it was a purple carpet, but the premiere is over here. And so people were just like screaming, and they didn't even know who I was, but like they were like, sign this, sign. It was so cool. And like I was like, I took a bunch of pictures with people, and I signed a bunch of stuff, and then I walked on the carpet, and then there was just like John Legend was there. Like it was wild. Like it was just crazy. Like people you wouldn't even expect to be there, and just there just to see the movie and just to have fun. So it was cool.
Now I had one question. I mean, just for the people who aren't really as in tune with the industry, I'd love for you, because you mentioned 2019, you guys filmed it obviously before COVID. I'd love for you to walk us back to like the pre-production process and what that was like. I'm sure did you audition?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Self-tape.
Right.
How did that go?
So it's actually a funny story, the audition story. So it's this starts off in like January 2019, and so I was, there's this one place that I would go to a lot to audition for things. It's in LA, like downtown, and there's like this big building, and on the floor that I was auditioning for, there's like 5 auditions going on at once. So it's like 5 different rooms, 5 different things. So you're in the waiting room with a bunch of different people auditioning for different things, right? And so the audition that I'm going for, I don't remember what it was, but I just remember looking over, and it's at the time, like now it's called Space Jam: A New Legacy, but at the time it was just Space Jam 2. And so I looked over, and on the other call sheet it says Space Jam 2, and then like it was like sign-ins and stuff, and I was like, dang, like they're auditioning for Space Jam 2 here, like that's crazy, And then so after I finished my audition, I left. And when I was downstairs, I called my manager, and I was like, they were auditioning for Space Jam 2 in there. Like, how cool is that? And she was like, go ask to audition for it. And
wait,
like,
so you originally weren't even going to audition for Space Jam 2?
No, I wasn't.
You just saw the sheet and you were like, yo, let me pull up.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa.
And so, so she was like, go ask to audition for it. And I was like, I already left. Like, I don't want to. And she was like, no, go do it. And so I was like, all right, fine. So I go back on the elevator. I go back up there. I walk in the place, and I'm sitting there waiting for the person who's calling people in to come back outside. And so he comes back out, and I'm like, can I audition for this? And he's like, he sits there and he like looks at me for a minute, and then he goes back inside, and then he comes back out, and he's like, no, you're too old. And then and then I'm like, damn, like, all right. And so I leave, and then like maybe 2 weeks later, I'm back at the same place auditioning again, and they're still auditioning for Space Jam 2 here. And so I go in for my audition, and so the reason that all these auditions are in the same place is because it's the same casting director. So all of her, it's Kim Coleman is her name, and so all of her stuff is in the same location. So I go in.
Big time too, right?
Yeah, she casts a lot of stuff. Yeah, and so I'm auditioning for her. That's why in this specific audition, I didn't even think I was gonna get, like, I just went because I wanted to get in front of her, And so I go in, she's in there. I do the audition, and then afterwards, she's like, do you play basketball? And I'm like, yeah, like I started on varsity in my high school. I haven't played basketball since like 7th grade, but that's what I said. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, cool.
Make it.
You got to. And so I was like, yeah, I do. And she was like, all right, cool. And then so I left, and then like the next day I get an email, and it's an audition for Space Jam this time, but it was for the older brother. So at the time when I asked to audition, they were auditioning for the younger brother. Oh. And so that's why he was like, oh, you're too old. And so this one was for the older brother. And so I was like,
just to interrupt you, like, what was the age range of the character? Was it
for the older brother?
Your actual age? Because I know like a lot of for actors, you can
Yeah.
be 28 and like some of the Netflix shows play a 16-year-old, 15-year-old.
I can actually tell you a story about that too later after this though. But that's a big thing. It's crazy. Like with All American, those people on that show they're literally 40 years old. Like it doesn't make sense.
Actually?
They're so they're grown.
Wow.
They're so grown. Like if you watch an episode of All American, like look in the background of like the people that are playing high schoolers, and they literally look like they're married
straight
with
from
children.
the prison yard or something. Or,
For real, like it's crazy. But so no, the age range I think for my character it was 14 to 16, and for the little brother was like probably like 10 to 12 or something like that. So you always play down. Usually is how it goes. And I was 16, so I was right at the edge. But so I auditioned for it. It goes well. Maybe like 3 weeks later, I get a call back. I go in again, do the same thing. That goes well. I go in again, and then the fourth time, I have a chemistry read, and basically that's just where they put you with somebody that's already been casted for the whatever project it is.
Was it LeBron?
No, it was CJ, who he plays my younger brother, and so it was me and him in there. It was only 2 people at this thing, so usually it's a lot of people at the auditions, but it was just me and this other kid in there. And this kid came in like he had like a LeBron shirt, LeBron shorts, LeBron's on, LeBron
He's down
socks.
bad.
He had the whole situation, the whole gear, whole fit on.
Out.
He had the whole fit on. I remember, and so I think I went in. I don't remember who went in first, but anyways, I remember I was in there with CJ. We did pretty well. Like I thought it went well. I could tell like everybody was enjoying it, laughing and stuff. And then so like just next week, like they called. They were like, "Yeah, we like you. We're gonna keep sending it around to like the up and ups and stuff." And then I finally found out that I got the job when I was on a visit at Stanford. And so I was like, it was like a recruiting thing. And so I was going on like a little cart around the school, and then I got an email, and I was like, we want to offer you a contract for this, whatever. And I was like, dang, like, I was lit.
Go crazy?
Yeah, for real. It was lit.
Dreams do come true.
Facts. It was crazy. It's really crazy. Just, with Space Jam being like such a household name movie, like something that's been around for so long. But yeah.
Is that the biggest thing you've ever been offered? Because I heard you got offered a very big Netflix show.
That's what I was gonna talk about. So with the age thing, right before I auditioned for Space Jam, like maybe not right before, but the year before, I had auditioned for Outer Banks. I don't know if you guys know what that show is, but it's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so
it's like #1 in the US right now.
Yeah, it's a really good show. And so I auditioned for Outer Banks, and like I was 16 when I auditioned for it, and the thing is they want you to be older. Like I auditioned to play Pope, and I think he was 16, but I don't know how old. I think his name is Jonathan Davis. That's who plays him. He did a phenomenal job, but I don't know how old he is. But I know he's a grown man for sure. But he's 20 something. Yeah,
okay.
he's
like in his
mid
20s.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And so the thing with a lot of like major production companies and everything, they want you to be over 18 so that 1, you can work more hours, and 2, they don't have to provide school for you. And so I was 16 when I auditioned, and I did well, and I went super far in the process, but it ended up getting to the point where they were like, you're only 16, and so we need you to take this test so that you can be legally 18 for if you're going to be able to work with us. And so I took the test, and I ended up passing it. It's kind of like a GED test,
Okay.
It's basically like to say that you're competent enough to be treated like an adult. Right. And so
that way, like they don't have to provide an on-set tutor, which
exactly.
most sets they have to.
Exactly, that's why.
In school, like half the time they're filming, half the time
they're
in math class.
Yeah, that's the reason, so that they don't have to have all these special accommodations for you since you're younger. And so I took the test, but my results didn't come back until like May, and I'm pretty sure they started filming in like April, and so like the timing just didn't work out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not upset though, because Outer Banks was great how it was, so they did an awesome job. But yeah, that's a crazy thing, and it ended up helping me out because I passed the test, right, and so I ended up booking another show that I needed to be legally 18 for, that I wasn't 18, and so it was in North Carolina. I filmed that for 3 weeks, but then COVID happened, so we didn't get to do that. But had I done Outer Banks, I wouldn't have been in Space Jam. So everything works out.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else you're working on?
Yeah,
exclusive.
Yeah. No, after the season's over, I'm gonna finish filming a movie that I'm doing called Time Tripper with Craig Robinson and Vivica Fox and LeRae and some people like that. So
Damn.
Just casual, just throwing out casually.
Name dropping.
What's that one about?
Basically, you guys know who LeRae is? He's a TikToker, YouTuber. He does stuff. He does that.
Brad's a big TikTok guy.
Yeah. And so,
Aren't you?
That's sarcasm. That's
Bro, are you not always at the house? Tell me about some new TikTok trend.
occasionally. I don't make TikToks though. I don't make.
No, you don't make them, but you consume them.
I've made like 6 or 7 TikToks.
Okay.
They've done well. They've done well, but I like TikTok. TikTok is funny.
It's fun. Yeah, it's addicting, bro.
It's like a black hole. Like
Literally,
you can start and you look up and it's 3 hours later.
But algorithms.
Yeah, for real. But it's about basically actually I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what it's about.
Right, don't breach your non-disclosure agreement on it.
Yeah.
What happens?
What's the genre like?
It's like a comedy, like I guess like sci-fi comedy is what I'd say.
Okay.
Something like that.
I feel like that's different as an actor to do comedy. Isn't that more difficult?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like comedy is natural for some people. It's really just all about timing.
Okay.
Honestly, like for me personally, like I like drama the most. Like I feel like it's the most challenging. Yeah. So that's what I want to ultimately end up doing in the future. And like not like super serious all the time, but things that have like light moments, but like something that's that has layers to it is what I like. Where it's like a character that actually has some depth.
So you're gonna film this in the off season, you said?
Mm-hmm. I only have like a week left to do, so it's not that much.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay.
I filmed the majority of it before we started in the summer.
What if like a big movie came out? Like, would you just have to talk to coach and like work out? Because like
mean?
we'd have workouts and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So that was one of the things that I talked to Coach Hudden about before I committed. And basically, he was talking to me about like how he knows that I take acting serious and how it's like a big thing for me. And he kind of compared it to like how people go off and play like basketball or run track in the off season, like Keenan, somebody like that. Like
Drake used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Drake's playing basketball this year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's something like that where he said he would treat it the same way. Where if I have an opportunity to go do something that is going to further myself in an aspect that's separate from football, that he's not going to stop me from it, and that he wants me to go do that. So like Keenan and Drake, like they're off doing basketball and track in the spring. Like he said, I can go off and play and act if I have the chance.
Well,
so.
and good for him because in order to act, you got to be in somewhat good shape. So
right,
he'll still be working out.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. And the good thing is like most things film out here, so it's not like I'll be that far, and like I can audition out here. Like that was another reason why I chose SC, just because of the location.
Yeah. So. How long were you guys on the set for Space Jam?
We started. I think my first day was like my first day. We were on set. I'd say from like the end of June to the beginning of September, but the like fittings and stuff that started like the beginning of June, and then there's like after you finish filming, you have to like come back in for like ADR and stuff like that, like sound stuff, and then there's reshoot. There was reshoots last year in December, but like there was ADR like all of 2020 basically, so it kind of didn't really end ever.
How big is LeBron?
Very tall. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw him. Like I remember I was walking when I first met him. It was on a day where we were taking like a lot of pictures and stuff, like family pictures basically. And I was at like the end of a hall, and he was like coming in from the other side. And I remember he like ducked under the door, and I was like, "Dang, like that's LeBron." And I was like, but that was like my starstruck moment with him. But after that, like he was a super cool dude. But yeah, he's really tall.
That's a big guy.
Tall. Anthony Davis is tall too.
I was gonna say, did AD come?
Yeah.
He's in the film, right?
He's in it. He had a lot bigger part when we were filming. Like he filmed a lot of stuff that didn't end up making the final cut. Yeah, but he's 7 feet, so
that's a big guy.
I feel like I'd be so nervous to act with LeBron.
Yeah, that was the thing about him. Like it was his first time really like acting for real. Like he did
that
it's a commercial.
Yeah, he was in
the one with
Trainwreck.
Amy Schumer, right?
Is that Trainwreck?
Trainwreck.
Yeah, he was in Trainwreck.
He's not in that as much though. He's not a lead.
Oh, he's big in that.
He's not the lead though. He's a supporting actor.
Right.
He got a decent role. Yeah, so he had a part in there, but I feel like this is his first thing where he's like leading the film, and so he probably had the most lines in this movie that he's ever had to do. And so, and I think there was a lot of time between Trainwreck and filming Space Jam. But regardless, it's his first or second film that he's been doing, and he's not an actor, so he doesn't take time to practice it. So he was the one who really had to. I feel like he was probably a little bit more nervous than we were. Obviously, we were just being around him and stuff. Really? But like he was really like he had the whole weight of the movie on his shoulders.
That's right.
And so, but I feel like he did a good job. All things considered, and I feel like he gets a lot of flack just from everybody just because of who he is. But it's really fun to be around him for sure.
Who was the best actor in the movie, including yourself?
I'd say Don Cheadle was crazy. You know, Don
He's
Cheadle
a legend. Yeah,
exactly. Like you can't. He was so funny. Like
Really?
Yes, he's just a funny dude. And then just when I got to actually watch the full thing, I was like, this dude is hilarious. Like he could take any role and just make it like perfect, you know. So that's what I'd say. I'd go with Don Cheadle for that.
Here's my question to you. You know, because some actors get the whole script, some actors just get their parts. Did you actually were you aware of the entire storyline, and did you know that they were going to incorporate all these references of like Game of Thrones and other Warner Bros. IP, or were you kind of just in the dark?
No, yeah. So I had the full script, but the thing with these scripts is that they change so much. Like there's so many rewrites. Like it changed so much from the start of the week to the end of the week. Like it's unbelievable how much things change. And I never really knew how much it changed. Like I probably have like 20 different scripts, you know, and so eventually like I'm not gonna read the whole thing over again, you know. So I read the first few drafts of it, and like I knew where the story was gonna start, like where it was gonna be here, and then where it was gonna finish. But like the minute details that they would switch around, I didn't know all of that, and I kind of didn't want to know all of it because I wanted to, you know, experience. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so like even when I watched the movie for the first time, there was a lot of stuff that they changed post-production that I wasn't aware of, because it's so much animation that they can do that, and they can just bring somebody in and just have them talking to a mic, you know? And so there was a lot of stuff that I didn't even know was going to happen. And I was like, dang, like I didn't even know about that, you know? So, but yeah, I had the full script, and but yeah, you're right. Some things they don't. Like Marvel, I don't know much about Marvel, but I know that they, well, I'm a big Marvel fan, but like behind,
of course, yeah.
For real. Have y'all seen the Spider-Man trailer?
Oh my god!
OJ was just talking about it. He said it's sick because Tobey Maguire's
I can't wait.
in it, right?
Tobey Maguire, when he comes out, I'm going crazy.
Yeah,
I grew up on Spider-Man.
Me too.
He has to be.
Yeah, when Doc Ock popped out,
said, "Hey, people, oh, crazy."
Well, the Green Goblin.
Yeah, it was really the Green Goblin thing that first had me like shocked, and then they showed his face. I literally was running around my room.
Now here's my question for you. This might be controversial given that you've worked with Warner Bros. But if you get the opportunity, and Marvel, right, Disney, Marvel, will come to you with a project, and Warner Bros. DC comes to you with a project, which one are you going?
Where you going?
DC versus Marvel?
DC Universe.
It depends, like on the role and what it is. Like Miles Morales. Or like
what is that?
Or Static Shock.
Or Static Shock.
I can see you being a badass Static Shock.
Yeah, and that's actually something that's been confirmed. Static Shock. Right. That'd be awesome. Yeah, like I think Michael B. Jordan is producing that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far they are along with it, but if I could audition for that, that'd be awesome.
That would be sick.
Yeah. But yeah, Miles Morales is the Black Spider-Man. So.
Oh really?
The cartoon one they came out with, right?
And they're making a real movie of that, because I
don't know if they
go into live action.
But the thing is, with this big Spider-Man movie, bringing all the Spider-Man in it, I could easily see them throwing him in the end credits or something like that. That would be.
Tell them give you a call. Literally.
Black Spider-Man or Black Joker? Which one would you rather be?
I'm going with Spider-Man. That's been the dream role for me.
Really? That's your dream role, Spider-Man?
That's the dream role.
That's your favorite superhero?
I don't know if he's my favorite. Well, and Iron Man is my favorite one too. Okay. But like,
it's your favorite superhero for you. For you to be,
for me, exactly. Like I could see myself playing him super well, and that's something that I've grown up watching. But yeah, Static Shock is also something that I watch. I watched the show when I was younger too, so I like that.
Classic.
I like him too. Yeah, exactly.
Isn't there a concern in acting that you're typecasted though? Like oftentimes you're like, that's who you are, like Spider-Man. And then like after that, like people don't see you in other ways.
That happens to a lot of people, you know. And you know what's interesting? Like that happens to a lot of Disney actors. Like people, they do Disney shows and they try to like box them in as like a Disney actor, and like you can't do anything else. But you know, I've started to see people started like venture away from that. Like you can do the Disney stuff, and then you can go off and do something that's super serious. Like Zendaya, like she had Shake It Up and Casey Undercover, and then Euphoria, you know, like two completely different ends of the spectrum. So I feel like the typecasting is slowly starting to diminish as time goes on, just with actors showing that they're, you know, versatile and that they can do a lot of different types of things. So I think it's a good thing though.
Is acting the only thing in show business you're interested in?
I mean,
like music or anything like that?
Yeah, I do like music. I just did a little music video with my friends. I posted it today, actually. You guys should check it out.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Check it out. Yeah, pull it up. You put it on Instagram?
Yeah, it's I didn't post. It's on my friend's Instagram.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
But you were singing?
Yeah, pull it up.
A little singing. You know, we've been doing that for a while. We started in like November, yeah, here.
What's the vibe of the
Crazy?
song? Is it like
It's a cover. It's a
singing?
cover. It's a
Okay.
cover. It's a cover.
Are you singing in it?
Yeah, but there's like it's like a music video. So
Oh.
there's like a scene. There's like you kind of gotta fast forward a little bit.
Oh, we got a whole scene here.
There's a little situation
Oh, it's a
going
whole
on.
deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
you'll
you
put it in
do
the
that.
post credits. Oh, we got see us sing out here.
Oh, you're playing the piano too?
No, that's my friend. So he's
Oh,
playing
okay,
the piano.
okay.
My other friend's playing the guitar, and then I'm like singing.
Damn, so we can see you singing and acting.
Yeah, just a little
Bro, you
bit.
can do it all.
If you sing, what's your genre of singing?
I
You
like
R&B.
I like R&B the most.
R&B?
Yeah, that's what I say. Like R&B type, like neo. So like Daniel Caesar,
Yeah.
like Giveon, like that type of vibe. Khalid, stuff like that. Is what I like.
How'd you
the
get
most.
into the arts growing up? Is it something you were always interested in?
Well, my parents put me into acting when I was younger, and then like as I grew up, like I just enjoyed it. Like I always enjoyed like singing and stuff, but like I never really did anything with it. And then like quarantine was like kind of a time where everybody was just sitting at home.
Yeah,
so-
just trying new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah.
really what it was. But then acting has always been something that I've done since I was a kid, and so I've always liked it. And like as time has gone on, like I've enjoyed it more and more. So like
Yeah.
I've started to take it more serious.
And you were also you got a role in American Skin, right? And I mean, for anyone watching, well, could you first explain?
Yeah,
American
so
Skin, but-
American Skin was a film about a dad and a dad who lost his son to police brutality. His son was killed by a police officer wrongfully, and it was kind of just the story of him trying to get redemption or trying to prove that the cop was guilty. And it was a really good movie. Like if you guys haven't seen it, you guys should check it out. I really enjoyed it. I had a small scene in there, and it was by Nate Parker. And the crazy thing was he like funded it himself. He directed it. He acted in it, and he filmed it with an iPhone.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Filmed
The
with
whole
an
movie on an iPhone?
Movie.
Yeah,
But it looks
No
good.
way.
It looks
It
like it's an
doesn't
actual like sewn like a
Yeah,
red or
you
a,
wouldn't even know. Like
Yeah.
I when I got there and I saw him filming it with an iPhone, I was like,
What are we doing?
yeah, I would know.
What kind of production is
I
this?
was like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But he had like all of the normal things that you'd have,
Yeah.
but he was just using an iPhone, and it looks completely like a normal movie. Like you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like there's regular shots, and then there's kind of like found footage shots. I don't know what those are called, but
It's almost like it feels
POV
like
type
it's
stuff.
POV,
Yeah.
police cam type stuff like from their real life view.
yeah, he has stuff like that in there.
But it's cool for you to see that, to have that experience, right? It's more of an indie experience, and then go from that to seeing the Warner Bros.
Exactly.
setup. It's like you get both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, and that's what
Well,
it
you know.
was. Yeah, and that's good though. Being able to see every types of or every level of film production. Being on a big studio that has a $200 million budget
Right.
versus something that has $1 million budget. It's a lot different, and you can still see that the quality of the film is still going to be similar. Especially if you have somebody that knows what they're doing, like Nate Parker. And so he did an amazing job with the film for sure. Yeah.
I suggest you guys go see it.
Yeah, I'd say go watch.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a watch.
I'm still thinking about filming on an iPhone. Like you guys know way more about film than I do. Is there a specific reason as like does it give you a look that
The iPhone camera
a
is
normal
good
camera
quality.
doesn't?
No, I mean I think it's just it's very
It's
cheap.
cheaper.
Oh, is
Way
that what it is?
cheaper.
Was it just straight budget?
I don't know why. I honestly don't know why, but if it had to do with budget, I mean, I'm pretty sure the budget was like $1 million, and so he probably could have bought a camera had he wanted to, but
Right.
it probably was just easier for him, and he may have just been
Was there
wanting
any
to go for a
sponsorship
certain-
money from Apple in there? So you filmed on
Maybe.
iPhone?
There's also
Yeah, see, we're
so-
talking about it right now.
so you-
well,
just filmed
well,
on
like the lead Amari Hardwick, right? I mean he's a pretty big
Yeah, there were
actor,
some big actors in
which-
it.
That's
Also,
where the budget goes as well.
That's true. Yeah, and the police officer. I don't know what his name is, but he's also good. He's a big actor as well.
Yeah.
The one who played the police officer. So the budget might have gone to them. So, but yeah, he filmed with an iPhone and it looks regular to me, like like a regular movie. So
Look who it is.
Who is it?
it's Miller.
Miller's here.
It's Miller.
Former guest.
I'm always fascinated by the idea of a child star and like the progression, like psychologically everything about it. Like oftentimes turns out well, but there's also like very poor scenarios, like a lot
Yeah.
of like the Disney actors.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to like how because you're like a really humble guy, and I think stardom is something that hits everyone differently. So I'm just curious as to how you've taken that growing up so early, because that's like the most formidable years of your life growing up, and like everyone's looking at you, autographs, the lights in your face. It's an interesting thing to think about.
I mean, I honestly just feel like the thing is like with stuff like that, like it's just, I feel like you just can't let it be like a big thing, you know, like it's something that can be taken away like any second. Like with football, like you get injured and then that's it, you know, like people always want to, like if they're doing good, like everybody wants to get big headed and stuff. I feel like that's just like not a good thing. So I kind of look at people who have been able to go through, you know, having a big, like LeBron, really, you know, like he's somebody who had the eyes on him since he was like, I don't even know, like 18 to now. Like he's a grown man and he's one of the biggest names in the world, and I feel like he's handled it like the perfect way. So I feel like he's like the perfect model to look at when you look at like somebody who you know, has some sort of attention on them and how to deal with it well, you know.
He is one of the best examples. He was cover of Sports Illustrated at like 17, 18 years old. I feel like 99% of the population, you go downhill from there.
Right. I was watching videos about him, and like it's crazy the stuff that they were saying about him when he was 18. Like I remember he had an interview when he was like 19, and it was like, how does it feel, LeBron, knowing that if you're not a Hall of Fame caliber player, like you're a bust or something like that? Like people were asking him stuff like that.
Which is accurate. That's true.
Yeah, and he
surpassed almost every expectation that was given to him at 17, 18, and like no one else could say that.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I feel like people
and very few poor public moments. Like the only thing I can think of, I mean, there's a few, but the main one is leaving Miami.
Yeah,
and that whole debacle. I mean, leaving Cleveland. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that was a big one.
Yeah,
but I mean, outside of that,
game,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like he's done a great job just staying out of trouble and keeping his name, you know, good.
Were you able to talk to him like offset?
And learning from him was really great too. Like, you know, him mentoring me and CJ was great. But I feel like me and him had a great relationship just because I'm an athlete as well, and so he was, you know, able to talk to me about, you know, being an athlete and the things that are important. You know, if you want to be able to reach like a high level, you know, like he's at the highest level that there is. And so, you know, getting to learn from him was pretty cool.
Does he know that you didn't play high school basketball, that you didn't start high school basketball?
He knows. He realized quickly when I got on the court.
When you were putting up jumpers?
Yeah.
You're like, he's like, you're breaking this, bro.
Yeah, they you know, I feel like I wasn't the worst person on that set, you know.
Who was?
I'd say CJ was the worst. But he would disagree with me.
Well, the thing is, like, the director can clean it up too, right? I mean, you just cut the shot and then cut to the right.
Nah, it's all real. It's all real. I'm you know, like the stuff on there, like everybody was thinking like, well, here's the thing. Like at first they had a lot more of me playing basketball in the movie, but after I watched it, I was like, I'm glad they.
You were glad?
I'm glad they didn't put more because I wasn't looking too hot, but. I mean, I would make the shots. Like I would like we would go through the scene, and then I'd have to make the shot like at least once, basically, and then they would just use that clip, you know. And so I would make it a good amount of times, you know. Like usually, like they just have me sit there, and they'd be like shoot it like 5 times, and then like
you just gotta make one of them.
You just gotta make one.
What's something you filmed that you really liked that didn't make it?
Let me think.
You saw it, you were like, damn.
There was some scenes that we had with like the NBA play, like the other NBA players. There was like it was supposed to be like I don't know, like an all-star game. There was like an all-star game scene, and it was like all of them together, like in like the real versions of themselves, like not like the monster version of them.
Like Dame.
And, yeah, exactly. Like him and Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson. Like they had like they had like a lot of lines, and like it was a scene with basically everybody in the movie was in this scene except for Don Cheadle because it was in like the real life space. And so those scenes were really fun, but they didn't end up using them. So.
Oh.
Yeah,
and you talked to Bronny too about the role, right?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit. He came onto the set, so like I would just talk to him. But I mean, I wouldn't really talk to him about like how to act and stuff. It was kind of just
talking about life,
just whatever. Yeah, just regular talk.
I bet you get that question a lot though, like why didn't you choose Bronny in it?
Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's what people were saying a lot.
Is that the most common question? Probably that, and like how's LeBron?
People don't ask me why they didn't choose Bronny, but I saw that a lot, like in like comments and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just say like, well, one, the story wasn't like with Bronny and Bryce, like it was like a fictional family, so that was why. And then I feel like they're not actors, so like that was
that's true.
But like they were there and like they were enjoying them, so they like Bronny's super cool. I don't think Bryce ever came, but Bronny did a couple times. So yeah,
that's cool. All right, let's transition into this season. It's your first week here at SC. How are classes going? How many times you getting stopped, walking in class? Oh my God, it's here, right?
Classes have been cool. Classes have been great. I've enjoyed my class. I love all my classes. I got calculus class, a writing class, like a cinematic arts class, and then like I think it's called Intro to Jazz or something like that. And the cinematic arts class is actually really cool because like we sit there and we talk with the professor for like the first 45 minutes, and then we watch like a show, like 2 episodes of a show or a movie, or maybe a movie for like an hour. And then after that, we have like a Q&A with like the producers of the show, the actors in the show or movie or whatever it is. And so like we get to actually talk with people that are like in the business and like talk to them about whatever it is, like whatever challenges they face, whatever questions you want to ask them. So
only
I feel
at
like
USC, right?
Yeah, that's
the best in the world.
That's
that's
it.
the program you're in too.
Yeah.
Are you in the cinematic arts school?
Well, yeah, I'm getting my master's. So
for real?
This is like my last year. But
Wow.
mine's in like writing for film.
Okay,
television.
screenwriting.
Yeah. So if you ever want to be in something one day, or
Please let me
you ever want
me know.
You're cool.
be my lead or something like that.
That'd be
just
awesome.
Let me know.
Yeah, how has that
Hopefully
been for
you'll be
you?
graduating by then. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, how has that been for you? Like writing, like the writing stuff.
It's been good. I mean, I grew up writing. Like since I was a kid, I loved telling stories. You know, I love in school. I always noticed like writing essays was extremely easy. Even in like, the hardest classes, I could write like 10 pages the night before it's due.
Wow.
Like, I'm like, I don't know how I'm able to do this. You know, it's just, I don't know. It would just come to me. And I always had like ideas and stories, and I loved video games and movies growing up. And then after I finished playing football, I hurt my spine. I wasn't bedridden for a while, but I was just like immobile. So during that time, I just like thought of all these ideas and stories. And I always want to go to USC. I went to Miami, played football there, but it was always my dream. So I applied to the best possible film school, you know, in the world.
Yeah.
The only place I applied to, and I got in. And because I got in, so many other connections came to me, and now I've been working on scripts and pitching stuff. And I'm actually working on a remake right now with my dad because he wrote movies 10 years ago.
That's awesome.
That we're gonna hopefully present soon in the next month or so.
Yeah.
I can't talk too much about it, but hopefully we'll have more news soon.
For sure. Well, congratulations for that. That's really cool. I feel like, yeah, this is the best place to make connections with like writing and stuff like that, or producing, whatever it is behind
whatever
the scenes.
you want to do, literally, you can do it at USC. I mean, OJ, if you're trying to use your American
OJ,
accent,
you write as well.
Yeah, I do.
A little bit.
I enjoy it. I enjoy film a lot.
Really?
I would like to. Yeah, I would love to write something.
What are you majoring in? What did you major in?
I'm getting my master's right now in entrepreneurship, which is cool. I guess same as Mo. Mo's doing the same thing. He's running his non-profit. He's running his businesses. I got some businesses.
Didn't you just win an award or something for? I saw you posted something about that.
Yeah, I actually my first script I ever wrote here was a Western. Actually, there's a character who's 18, and it's the lead son. But it was a Western I wrote, and it just got like named like in this academy, like the Oscars, their like competition. It was like top 300 out of 9,000.
Congratulations.
So, and that's, you know, hopefully that does something aside from just be a cool, participation trophy.
What is the I don't really know much about like the pitching process. Like I've never really.
Right. There's so many ways to go about it. Similar to how for you, your process was you heard about the Space Jam audition and you called your manager. Same for screenwriting. It's just there's so many ways to go about getting a cat. Obviously, like you can meet the right person. You can get a manager who will then get you in front of people, or you can just literally happen upon, I don't know, Steven Spielberg in an elevator and say, hey, I had this cool idea about werewolves killing aliens. I want to pitch to you.
It's crazy.
So,
it's really crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how a lot of movies have gone though. Like just getting lucky, like meeting somebody and like, oh, I have an idea, and then they like it, you know.
Well, that's how the 90s was, because a lot of, Space Jam too. A lot of the 90s stuff we're seeing start to filter back out again.
Right.
But nowadays it's a matter of, okay, pitching yourself, but also being good enough to like get hired by Warner Brothers to write like Mad Max 2 or, Space Jam 3 or Avengers Part 30 or like that's the name of the game now.
If there's a Space Jam 3, you trying to be in it?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Like I heard that I read something saying that they might try to do a third one.
Like open up the universe
with LeBron as well.
Because they did the whole universe like.
It's a serververse, right?
Yeah.
There you.
Is that what they call it?
That was it. Yeah. It was the Serververse. Yeah.
I didn't know they were gonna do a Space Jam 2 when they did Space Jam 1.
Really? Yeah.
I love Space Jam. I watched that growing up. That was great. Yeah. Were you a fan of it growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched it for sure. I think the CGI in this movie though was like wild. Like it was
crazy.
Really good.
The cool part now is they've opened it up to where there's an infinite amount of crossovers, which I think it's good and it's bad. I think it's great because that just means more content, more opportunities for people like us, and it's like now you could be in Mad Max somehow, or like you could be in Game of Thrones in some way, right? Or LeBron could, I don't know, be in Clockwork Orange, which was a reference in that, So it's just an interesting gray area we're kind of spilling over into.
Yeah, they definitely opened up a lot of possibilities, or for like little shows or whatever they want to do, like with if they have a streaming service that they can
spin-offs, prequels.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up, brother. Let's talk a little bit about football, just a few minutes. Expectations this season. I know you're rocking number 2. High expectations. Teammates wore it. Adoree wore it. Who else? A bunch of OG, of course. Yeah. Did you ask for number 2? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was what I asked for. I was surprised that I actually got it though. I was like, can I be number 2? And they were like, yeah. I mean, OG's leaving, so hopefully you can get it. And maybe nobody else on the defense wanted it, but I mean, my expectations for me this year, or really my hopes are just for us to have a good season, playing the championship, and I want to just be able to help as much as I can, get on the field as much as possible. Yeah. So whenever I can, I'll try to get out there.
You looking forward to playing in the Collie?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've been living out here all my life, So.
Have you ever been to a USC game?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I've been when I'd gone for my recruiting stuff. I'd been. I don't remember if I had ever gone when I was younger, but I would always watch the games on TV and stuff. And like I've been a big USC fan. Like I remember I would play with Reggie Bush and like NCAA whatever. Like 09.
I think it was like 07.
That's changing,
I was gonna say 07. Was it 07?
If it gets in time, you were about to be in NCAA. That'd be when it comes out.
Yeah, you will be. Yeah.
You will be.
I think in next year, the following one.
Are they going to do one? I saw that they said that NCAA was going to come back, but I don't know when. I know they're not doing it for 22, maybe for 23.
I think so.
Coming in soon.
Yeah.
Just like
we still play.
Cutoff, right?
Yeah.
I was so mad, bro. Yeah. I want to be in a PlayStation game so bad, bro. I was so mad.
We still play NCAA 14 and just update the rosters.
Yeah.
I got the 360 at home.
For real?
Yeah.
I have a PS3, but my PS3 broke, so I can't even play anymore.
Yeah, you need the old console.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the NCAA is crazy. Like the whole NIL stuff is really wild. Like that it just happened to come like my first year. Like,
dude,
that's
what are the odds,
what a great time.
bro. Well, I'm glad I got this COVID year to still be here because otherwise I wouldn't have the eligibility. It's insane. We were talking about the overtime deal earlier though.
Yeah. Cool. So what they kind of did was just. So I think that was they reached out to me in like February of this year, I guess. Wait, 2021. Dang. Yeah. February of this year. It's moving. I know it's moving.
Damn.
Yeah. So they reached out to me. They were just like, I know you've probably seen some of our shows like Overtime. They have like overtime shows, and they basically just said like they want to follow me and do a show on me about like my life from the start of the football season, my senior year, to when I go to USC. And so they kind of just came with me everywhere every important event that I had. Like they came to some practices, some workouts. They were at every game. They went on like Access Hollywood with me. They were there when I went to prom, graduation, Space Jam premiere. Like they were there while I was getting.
You had a film crew with you at prom? Damn. You're the guy, huh? You pulled up the front, y'all. Don't worry, it's my film crew.
So you're just walking in the hallways and there's a camera crew by you?
They didn't. No. So they didn't come to the prom with me, but they were there. But when I left for prom, like they had the option to go to prom.
Your prom day is like, damn.
Any girl at Loyola if you have a camera crew following.
Well, Loyola's an all boys.
Never
school.
mind. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, but Loyola didn't even have a prom. I went to a prom somewhere else. But
Sheesh.
they went
like
with
that,
me.
huh?
So you got
a couple movies, yeah. Let's go where I want.
Maybe you went to 2 proms.
Doesn't even go here.
I only went to one, just went to one. But yeah, they went with me. They were there like while we were getting dressed, me and my friends, and then they like kind of like watched me like drive off and stuff like that. But it was cool, and then they were there for the premiere and all types of stuff like that. So the overtime stuff was great. And then so before we didn't really have I was just gonna be like I was just gonna get like exposure from it. But after July 1st happened and they passed like the new rules and the new laws, my manager, kind of just reworked how things would go with them and turned it into more of like a deal where it was, paid. And then like also, I would have whatever lasting relationship with them moving forward. So I don't really know exactly how that's going to work. But I know the show's going to come out in September, the first episode. And I think it's like 6 or 7 episodes. And then, it'll be on YouTube and Instagram and Overtime's accounts and stuff.
Go crazy.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Outside of that, do you have any other NIL stuff going on for you?
No, not right now. I've been really just trying to take it slow. Like I don't want to jump into anything before I even play a game. You know,
like brand partnerships. Nothing
yeah,
like that,
yeah. No, I mean, I've talked to companies and companies have reached out to me, but like I said, like I haven't even been on the field yet, so I feel like I shouldn't like be a ambassador for whatever company when I'm not even.
I mean, bro, if Chipotle is gonna give you free food, like, you can't say no to that, bro.
That is true.
Like In-N-Out, something like that.
Yeah,
you could be the first In-N-Out athlete.
That'd be dope. I love In-N-Out.
The first Warner Brothers athlete.
I love it.
Are you? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
LeBron should start his own little thing. That's what he should do.
Yeah.
But so
do Nike.
Yeah. But I think also a lot of companies are kind of holding off until the season starts, just because college athletes especially will have a lot more camera time and exposure during the season.
That makes sense.
Guys get injured as well in the preseason.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I think I'm gonna get a little bit more going once the season gets kicked off.
So we'll get In-N-Out, Chipotle, all that. Once
Warner Brothers.
starts, yeah.
Well, here's another interesting one I saw. The Miami quarterback, Derek King, he got sponsored by the Florida Panthers.
He did?
Yeah. And I know that you played other sports in high school. Like you mentioned maybe like baseball.
Yeah, I
right?
played baseball in high school, and I ran track.
If the Dodgers potentially came to you, or the Angels maybe, I don't know which one you prefer, probably Dodgers.
I'm a Dodgers fan,
Me
I'm a
too.
Dodgers fan.
You'd have to say yes. Obviously.
Oh well, yeah, of course. I mean, if the of course, yeah. I didn't even know anything about that. What happened? How did that come?
I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know if it's he just gets free admission to the game and he just reps the team and gets to post about them.
It's interesting. I saw the Atlanta Braves did that with one of the Tech quarterbacks.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what he has to do in response, but
I mean, man, if I would love to just be able to go to the Dodger game. Take batting practice.
There's been some crazy.
We were talking about this. Like when you were in Miami, it would have been insane.
Oh right.
Like you would have gotten probably like the Heat.
Yeah.
Like you would have gotten all sorts of stuff.
Right. I would have just been like, let me stay in school for.
Would you
4 more years?
Yeah. 6
6
years in school. Right?
Would you might have stayed another year?
I don't know.
Would you have thought about it?
If I was making 200, and like that's what we talked about with Bama, the weird gray area we're getting into.
Yeah.
Like if I was able to make 200 a year for 3 more years of school. Because the Bama quarterback, he's
about to make
Bryce Young is
7 figures, bro. He's gonna make millions.
And that's the weird part to me is like we're getting to the point where the teams like Bama, if all their starters can get that kind of money,
everyone's gonna go Bama.
Can they all be walk-ons, and can we get 20 more guys on scholarship?
Well, that's an interesting one. So BYU had a company approach them.
That's a good thought,
right?
Yeah.
So is Clemson and Bama gonna be that much better?
BYU had a company approach them. And they just paid for all of the walk-ons tuition.
Wow.
So you basically have just a squad of scholarship players.
Right. So imagine if all 22 starters could just be walk-ons.
That's what I'm saying. You got free up 22 scholarships.
Bryce Young doesn't need the scholarship technically because he's making close to $1 million.
Someone will pay it.
And I think your scholarship is nullified, right? If you make over a certain amount.
Really?
Is that right?
What?
That's what I heard. Maybe it's a public school thing, but I was reading about that when all this NIL stuff started popping off.
Damn.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I did not know.
It would nullify the scholarship, and he didn't have to pay the rest of his tuition.
Out of
right.
his
I
own
mean, like
pocket.
if it's like if he's making $1 million, then it's like.
I mean, I'm sure there's over 200 Alabama boosters that are willing to spend whatever it takes. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
They really. I mean, that's so crazy.
I mean, they already.
It just opens up a can of worms. That's right.
Bama in Texas is going to be going crazy on NIL for a long time.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like SC is in a good position with it, just being in LA though. With
Hollywood.
Right. It's
The
a major
Boulevard.
media market.
yeah. So
What is the Boulevard?
No one knows. No one
I've always
knows.
wondered that since the Boulevard
one knows.
dropped. I remember the video a couple
What
years
it
ago.
means.
So we signed a deal with J1S Studios, and they're supposed to be like kind of like a consultants firm / they like curate content for us for like NIL.
I've just noticed that the video production quality has like skyrocketed.
Has gone
It's
better.
fantastic.
Yeah, so they run all that, and then
They did a cool music video.
they
type thing last
created
year, right?
Boulevard Studios, which is like just a joint project.
Okay. Yeah, and then they have like I know they have like the little Hard Knocks kind of thing.
Yeah, that
Hard
was
Knocks-esque
interesting.
Thing.
I have not seen those.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't watched them.
It's on the.
Yeah,
you gotta watch it. It's actually pretty cool.
There's a couple of them. Like we did the day at the beach. They filmed that, right? A few guys playing Xbox. I know that's on
I
there.
saw they did Keontae at dinner or something like that.
I saw that scene.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
SC's trying, and I think that's the future of college football.
I feel like they're just getting the ball rolling. Honestly,
Yeah.
like it's really new. Like we're only a month and a half in.
Right.
So
And the other interesting thing now is that we were talking about before is how USC, the Pac-12, the Big Ten, ACC are talking about doing that joint
Yeah.
partnership deal.
What does that mean?
Who?
Whatever, like
You
whether
didn't see
it's yeah.
Who is it?
Mo knows a lot more than I do about it. I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
Who's doing it?
So it's the ACC, the Big Ten, and Pac-12. I'm not, it's not the Big 12. The Big 12's not in it. It's those three, I believe. And so the commissioners just got together, and they're talking about basically joining forces and creating like a super league in response to an alliance in response to
SEC.
Oklahoma.
Going to the
Not
SEC.
Oklahoma.
Texas.
Yeah, Oklahoma and Texas.
Texas
Texas
and OU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going to the SEC.
They were in the SEC this year.
No.
No,
Probably
they're
next
going to
year.
be
Probably next year.
moving.
Yeah.
Bro, that's going to be crazy.
So the Big
Yeah.
12's falling apart. So everyone's trying to scramble and figure out what to do.
I saw people trying to say that they wanted us in Oregon and like Washington to leave and go to some other league, but I don't know. But
That'll
so
be
you
big.
said that who was it? The Pac-12, the Big Ten.
Us, the Big Ten,
Big 12.
and the ACC.
No, not the Big 12.
No.
Damn, so they're just going to disappear, huh?
Pretty
I don't
soon.
know what the Big 12 is going to do, bro.
And they want to make
They
like,
got no one now.
they just want to make like a one big league.
Yeah.
Nah,
like a
it's just an
Champions
alliance
League.
of some sort.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a push to get us into the playoffs.
Oh,
Which I don't know if we're allowed to say this, but the Pac-12 commissioner, remember? He
yeah, I
came
remember
by.
that.
He wants us to do well.
Yeah, he said they kind of made the schedule so that.
He wants us to do well.
All right, I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I mean, college football is better when USC is doing well. So
Yeah,
we'll-
you want the
Correct.
big market, the big brand.
Big USCs to do well,
Yeah.
Michigan to do well, Texas to do well,
Yeah.
Miami.
Miami to do well,
Miami.
the U.
Yeah, that's
What up?
true. That is true.
All right, so now we've got some quick hitter questions.
Quick fire questions. I'll go first.
Okay, fine.
How's LeBron's hairline?
I saw,
Quick answer. Go. Give us
great. It's great. It's
Okay.
great.
It's good?
great. Yeah, it's great.
completely real, no
Tip-top
CGI.
shape.
No CGI.
Next one. Who would you want to play in a biopic?
Michael Jackson.
Wow, that'd be really cool. Who on the team besides you would be the best actor?
I can do it. Sign me up.
OJ?
I can do it. I can do it. Sign me up. Look. Tell your manager, give me a call. I'm joking.
All right, top 3 Trojan DBs of all time.
Damn.
Troy Polamalu.
Yeah,
Ronnie Lott.
there you go.
And probably like Taylor Mays. I go Taylor Mays.
Taylor.
Big team.
Are we
man.
missing
Or
anyone?
Dory. Or
Dory.
Dory
Dory's
Jackson.
a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like but he's newer, so I was thinking
Yeah,
like
legends.
yeah,
like further back.
yeah, I was thinking
Yeah, I mean Ronnie Lott and Troy are locks, right?
for sure.
That third spot's up for grabs.
Yeah.
What famous women do you know?
Oh,
Do you know Kobe's dog? She goes here.
Oh yeah, she's cool. I met her.
You know her?
Yeah, she's cool. She's real cool.
All right, Jordan 1s or Jordan 11s?
Ones. I like 11s and ones though. I like both.
You're wearing 11s.
I'm wearing 11s right now. I know, but you know what's crazy? They just asked me for the little like introducing the freshman thing. Like my favorite Jordans, I put ones and 11s.
Okay.
But I go with ones probably over 11s. But I think I actually have more 11s than ones.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. I've been liking the ones that have been coming out most
The
recently.
ones recently have been hot.
Yeah, the ones have
been
been
hot,
fire.
and they've been
recently.
mixing
and
up
the
a little
11s.
bit.
I feel like the ones have been going up and the 11s have been going down.
Right.
Recently.
Since like 2016.
Yeah. So I'm rocking with ones right now.
Hollywood parties or football parties?
Football. Wait, Hollywood. Like what? What do you mean Hollywood parties?
Hollywood party.
You know what I mean?
I go with football parties.
Really?
Yeah. The parties that I've been going to, like have you been to like TikTok parties?
I have not.
No. I didn't know that was a party.
Yeah, you know, like the
That's
hype,
what
the hype house.
see, that's
Hype
what
house.
I'm
Paul,
thinking
or
of.
the-
You've
when
been to
you say
those,
Hollywood.
like hype house, all that? Which one you been to?
I haven't been to the hype house. I don't know what house I was
Sway?
at. I don't know what that is.
And it wasn't cool?
I didn't.
Wait, what
enjoy
about
myself. I just feel like people were just like standing around. Nobody was really trying to turn up for real. Like,
For real?
Yeah, like I'm trying to go. If I'm going to a party, like I'm trying to have fun.
They're
Like, I
all
don't wanna
just standing
like,
around like this.
Making videos.
Hey,
Kind of crazy.
and then the other people have their phones on them,
Yeah,
recording them.
you know what I'm
right?
saying? Yeah, like
one
I
cycle.
wanna, if they're, I feel like they're all like cool people, but I don't know. Like the ones that I've been to,
Yep.
I was like, dang, like what are we doing?
Huh,
I'm
that's interesting.
What's your dream movie to act in? If you could act in anything.
For sure. Well, some type of Marvel movie. I'm a big Marvel fan. Just because of like the MCU is like
Spider-Man.
hot right now. Yeah, so like Miles Morales movie. Whatever,
Yeah, that would be
whatever
crazy.
be called. But like the MCU has like a 2023 movie like exposition that they've
Huge.
set for the next
For the next
couple.
stage, phase 4, innit? Or something
I
like
think
that.
it's phase 4. But yeah, I've been watching all the TV shows. Like I'm gonna watch
Mm.
Shang-Chi when it comes out.
That's going to be
There
crazy.
you go one.
yeah next week.
That's
I
going to be
think.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
Favorite actor? If you could act with like any actor, who would it be?
any actor?
Yeah, you could go you and any actor or actress.
I go Denzel. Like
That's the GOAT.
automatic answer.
Do you think he's the best actor of all time?
Denzel.
I don't.
That's tough.
That's a hard one. I don't know. That's a hard
actor
question.
or
Like, the
actress of
best
all time?
actor
That's
time?
Brad, what do you think?
That you can't ask me that because I have too many. There's two. No, we'll be
many
here
great
for
actors,
now.
actors.
You guys
Can't
are
ask
film
me that.
nerds.
So many. There's
Too
like too
many.
many options.
Kinda
Way too many. You gotta go by like genre or tone.
Yeah, that's what I'm
or
saying.
year or
Yeah, that's what I'm
decade.
saying.
As an
You know.
actor, do you watch movies differently? Like the same way like
Yeah.
a quarterback would
I
watch
noticed
tape?
so much.
You could see people mouthing other people's lines whilst you're
yeah, so they know when they come in. You know, I noticed
a
so
thing.
much.
That's the thing. People like mouth other people,
Yeah,
bad
like
actors.
if you're talking to me and
Like, mouth your lines. And
yeah, like I'm like thinking like you don't want to do that. Like
Yeah.
it's like not a good thing. But like some people like they'll be like, and then they'll know
Okay,
because they're
okay,
thinking
yeah.
like what he's saying
Uh-huh.
to know when to come in. You know, but I do notice a lot of different things like about like just like oh that this shot or dang this shot must have been difficult to do and stuff like that. Like oh wow, like that's crazy that they were able to pull that off. Like stuff like that. You know. And then like also just like acting, like I'm really interested in like the acting of a movie. Like I watch a movie just like for the like if I see a movie that has like a top build list actor in it, like I'll watch it just
Watch
to
it.
see them, you know. So
That's sick.
Okay, how about cover 2 or man?
cover. Oh man, we play man mostly.
We do play.
And
Like
my
pressing?
707 team played man only man. So
Okay, so press man or off man?
I think I'm
Press
better
bail.
at press. Yeah, press man. Press man.
Absurd. Space Jam 1 or Space Jam 2? And why?
Contractually, I have yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I loved both movies. Honestly, I feel like they're completely different though. Like I feel like
They
you
are.
can't really,
They're completely different
yeah,
films.
really different.
I enjoy both. We was going crazy. We went to watch it at a cinema the other day. Every time he was on screen, we were like, oh, go crazy. Everyone was turning around looking at us like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're like, why?
Who are these guys?
Are you related to him?
They're like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you for coming by,
Thank you for
brother.
coming.
For sure.
Like and subscribe.
Appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Click that like button. Oh, give us your socials too, so people can follow you.
My Instagram is just at Ceyair, Ceyair, and my Twitter is the same, but there's another R at the end because the first letter was
Ceyair.
taken.
Love it.
that. Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Yeah.